What's up, guys? I know you guys missed the car videos I used to do, back in the day. I just thought, hey, let's bring it back, man. So today I just wanted to talk about like pod training. So, a lot of places are closing, a lot of gyms are going to be locking down soon. So let's assume your academy was open during the summer and is probably going to be closing during the winter, and you're trying to figure out how to keep training. So that's where I'm kind of coming at with this video. And so this is what I've been kind of dealing with. So a little backstory, me, I got sick. I was training in like a open mat kind of setting, and then within like a day or two of training in that open mat with a lot of training partners, I started to feel sick. So that kind of put me out for like 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks. So I just really made me think about like, what am I doing as far as my training and stuff, and like moving forward. So I think especially now is probably a good time to start taking a break, start tapering down your training. I know there's still tournaments going on. IBJJF is doing some tournaments in Atlanta, so kind of sucks. There's like the Atlanta Open and then like the Nogi Pans. So to not be able to do those, I think it kind of sucks. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to those tournaments, and a lot of people are going to compete in those tournaments. But I just feel like just the most responsible thing is just to I can sit these out, especially with like a lot of the cities, states in America at least, are going up in numbers. So just back to the topic of pod training, I think it's a good idea if you can find some partners, good training partners that you're close to and you can work really well with. I think it's a great idea. So what is a pod? A pod is just, it could be a small group of training partners that meet up at your house, your garage, off times at a gym or an academy. And the whole purpose of the pod is that you kind of limit your exposure to being sick and passing things on. And so for me, I have been training in a small pod of like 1 or 2 guys. You guys have probably seen my videos. I'm usually training with my friend Clinton or my friend Jeff. So for me, that's my pod. And so I actually have mats. I don't know if you guys can see behind me. I have some mats that I can utilize, or maybe my friends have mats that we can use. And so I'll go to their house and then we'll train that way. And so I think a lot of people are doing this now. I've been on Reddit and I see a lot of guys talking about pod training, and I just think it's a little bit safer alternative versus like training with God knows who. A lot of some academies do check temperatures, which is great. Other academies, they don't do anything. So I think if you're worried about your health and safety, it's a good alternative to just not training. And as far as how to utilize the pod, I think that's a problem that more so newer lower belt students are going to have to deal with. Like, if you're so used to being told what to do and how to train, what to train, how many rounds to train, it's going to be tough. But if you've been more proactive in your training, it's a little bit easier to do. For me, usually I'm going to go into training with an idea of what I want to work on, or I just ask my training partners what they want to work on or what they need to work on. And we'll just kind of problem solve for a little bit. So, maybe I'm working some warm guard passing or 50-50, like how to pass 50-50. So I'll just not even sparring at all, just put myself in a position and just kind of talk through with my partner and just kind of figure out what I can do from there, and then slowly start adding more resistance for my partner and myself, and then build from there, and then just switch when we might, like through a timer, or maybe whenever we get tired or so, or something happens. That's a great. I got a little hair sticking up. So that's been kind of my process. So I go into training knowing what I want to work on, or decide beforehand what my partner wants to do, and then from there we just kind of keep it chill, slowly, warm up before it, and like get in a position, directly in a position, and work from there, and then maybe start slowly adding more resistance from there. And I usually would just stay in a position for that day. We're just going to work this position. You can also add drills if you like doing more movement stuff. You want to break a good sweat. That's also something you can do, like work on developing your timing, especially if you want to do like more like wrestling style techniques, work on your timing. And it's kind of like the epitome of flowing. I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand, like how to flow. And it's just the best way I've described it or been described, like that kind of training is like improv. Like you just kind of naturally feel the flow of the movement, not trying to force anything too much. And then, like I said, you can always add more and more resistance as you need. And so that's what I've been trying to do more so now, especially I haven't been teaching. So that's been the way I keep active that way. And also there's some solo drills you can do. There's a lot of great solo content out there. I think, there's so much you can do out there, like walking, stretching. We have like yoga. There's like gymnastics you can do. So I think this time is just a great period to like kind of work on maybe your weaknesses or imbalances, and then try to fill some holes that jiu-jitsu can't cover for you. So you're not going to really be developing strength while training jiu-jitsu. Like you're going to get some just functional strength, but there's also like some weaknesses from jiu-jitsu, like internal rotation of the hip, back posture, working on that. Just small stuff. There's so much small stuff you can do. It's just being proactive, and just try your best to stay active, guys. That's my best advice. That's what I've been doing. Every time I give you guys advice, that's what I'm doing. And just try to stay sane, stay strong, stay healthy, guys. That's the most important thing. Stay healthy. All right, guys. So hopefully this video helps you. Until next time, peace out. Peace, 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 and ciao.